Welcome to Lean to the Left, home of no-holds-barred commentary, plus interviews with fascinating people, some of them top experts, others simply with interesting stories to tell. You'll never know who'll show up at Lean to the Left. Now here's your host, Bob Gaddy.
Hey guys, welcome to the Lean to the Left podcast. Today we're talking politics, and with me are my political pals, Arthur Hill from North Carolina and Robert Thompson, aka Marjorie, from Georgia. You can recognize Robert because he has beautiful blonde hair. Anyway, Arthur is communications chair of the Brunswick County, North Carolina Democratic Party. He and I both worked in PR and as freelance writers in Washington, D.C., and we both worked on Capitol Hill back in the day, but we didn't do that together. I just met this guy here a few months ago. Anyway, Robert Thompson's based in Atlanta, and he founded Peach News Now, and its opinion podcast, Goddamn Liberals.
That's right.
GOT damn liberals. What'd you say, Robert?
That's right.
Okay. It's an awesome podcast, and Robert takes no prisoners, I can tell you that. Now, it looks like right now that he has a fetish for some blonde wacko from Georgia named Marjorie, and I have no idea who the hell he is trying to mimic, but he got a high-class wig there, I can tell you that. And look how it doesn't match his mustache. That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
So welcome, guys. You know, I'm really excited. Ex-VP Pence was here in South Carolina the other day, and he was speaking at a Baptist church about abortion. It was a thrill. He said he hopes one day to see every single state outlaw abortion, no matter what. What do you guys think about that?
Well, he's well on the way to becoming true. I'll tell you, it's extremely troubling. I think what is it now? We're up to 27 states that have anti-abortion laws in place, and about nine more considering it. In North Carolina, at least, there was an attempt by the GOP in the legislature to invoke a law that I think was first passed back in the 19th century, and it failed. Didn't make it. And in the meantime, the governor, Roy Cooper, who some think should run for president instead of Biden, which I don't approve of, but anyway, he's a good guy, and a lot of people like him. But he signed an executive order which pretty much keeps everything in place. And now I don't know what the deal is in Georgia, Robert. You're going to have to enlighten us, but North Carolina is quickly becoming one of the major havens in the Southeast for people to come in from out of state and get abortions.
I can tell you that I know a lady here. She's a longtime Democrat, active in the party, and she's so mad at this. Now, she's not of childbearing age. She may have a daughter who is, I don't know. But she's so upset over this that she sold her house and she's moving to North Carolina, and she's determined that she's going to open her house up to anybody from South Carolina who needs to go to North Carolina to have this procedure. She's going to let them stay with her. And I mean, it's got people totally upset. And that's a big step. Sell your house and move because of a social development like that.
She's starting her own underground railroad.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Well, boys, here in Georgia, we have the heartbeat bill. So, my friends on the Republican side, they are saying that, we still have abortion, but nobody cares. The only thing that people care about right now is money, socialism, high taxes, and all that. So that's what my Republican friends here in Georgia are saying, that this is all just water under the bridge and they don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah. I was talking to some lady who had interviewed on my podcast on another topic, and we got onto this. And she said she didn't think that, I mean, she's a Democratic activist. She said she didn't really think it was going to have legs in terms of a political issue because only people who would be affected directly really care. Nobody else does. I don't think that's true.
Well, I mean, it's going to prevent me from, getting reelected because these damn Republicans that I, hang out with all the time, that they're going to run around and piss off every woman around me.
The reason you're not going to get elected, Marjorie, is because your mustache does not match your hair.
Really, Bob? That we have to go to that?
I think so. I think.
Well, but just in case, I've got my Hooters shirt on because I may have to become a Hooters waitress.
Well, that's good. You're going to get a job there?
Well, damn right. I mean, I can, play with the boys. I can do it. Yeah.
You can. Arthur, do you think that this is?
I'm confused.
Me too. I don't know how I get up out of bed every morning.
Oh, I'm seriously confused. Well, I tell you, if this is what it's coming down to, that we have to resort to siding with people like Marjorie, I think we're in deep trouble.
Yeah, I think so too.
I agree, Arthur and Bob.
Absolutely. Now, you know what? Here in South Carolina, we Democrats are fighting to get people elected, but it's a struggle. And the other day, a telephone call between the Democratic candidate for the U.S. Senate, Crystal Matthews, and some prison inmate was revealed. And
Trump? Is he in prison yet?
No, I don't know who this guy was, but this call took place a few months ago. But Project Veritas, which is a far-right activist organization, got a hold of this audio of this phone call and released it. It's been all over social media down here. And of course, Republicans are hooting and hollering and happy, and a lot of Democrats are pretty ticked off that this happened, because during the call, it appeared that this candidate Matthews was calling for Democratic secret sleepers to run in Republican primaries, and she also mentioned some nefarious fundraising methods, allegedly implying she'd accept dope money donated under the names of drug dealers' family members. And the call used I'll tell you this, the call used language that you and I would not use when referring to African-American individuals. She used that word. And I don't know what she was trying to do, whether she was trying to, promote her street creds or what, but it was the stupidest damn thing I've ever seen. Of course, she wasn't a candidate then when this call. Well, I guess she was, because she was complaining that African Americans weren't anteing up for her campaign. So it must have been after she announced. Anyhow,
has she met Herschel Walker yet?
Yeah.
Anyhow,
so this woman is an African American, right?
Yes, she is. I voted for her. I thought I saw her in person. I thought she was really sharp and smart. But on this call, she said, I can be whoever I'm talking to, I can be that. And that was I thought that was just a great thing for a candidate to be saying, oh my God. So anyhow, she claims that she's made a formal request to the Federal Communications Commission to audit her campaign, because she says she's got absolutely nothing to hide. And she's called on her opponent, Republican Senator Tim Scott, to apologize for voting against Ketanji Brown Jackson as the next Supreme Court justice and against a woman's right to choose. She asked the Republican Party to apologize for nominating an unqualified candidate and more. You know, like it's not tough enough to elect somebody, try to beat this guy Scott with the way the voter registration is stacked here against Democrats without stuff like that. I mean, I'll tell you what, I was just shocked when I saw that. And it's got the party leaders down here all stressed out. They don't know what to do or say about it. So,
Well, obviously, you can look at me. There is no perfect candidate.
well, that's true. That's really true. Look at you, man. The other thing is that we're trying to beat this guy, Russell Fry. He's the guy that knocked off Republican Representative Tom Rice, who voted, one of the handful of Republicans that voted to impeach Trump. Our candidate is an African-American career military veteran by the name of Darrell Scott. And Darrell's a good guy. He's, God bless him. He's spent his adult life in the military, had been in a couple wars, but he's got no money. He's got no connections really, and very difficult row for him to hoe, I think. Doesn't have much of an organization.
Well, I can commiserate because I can't get any corporate donations to my campaign. It's
man,
it's really depressing.
I'm sorry for you, Marjorie. I mean, there must be something you can do about that.
Well, I mean, we try to get Putin to launder rubles to us. Those damn things are worthless now. So, do I ask Canadians for money? Do I ask the Chinese? I'm broke here.
I don't know. Do you use your personal charms in any way to try to get these lobbyists to donate?
You should see some of the emails that come into my office, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very surprising how many.
What are they doing?
Well, I mean, they're flirting with me, and that's why I said, like, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to go work at Hooters. So
yeah.
Listen, I got a suggestion. Do you think you could get access to the Boris Johnson network?
Our British friends, and
they don't have anybody to support now. I mean, they're looking for people.
Oh, that may work, and those pounds they're worth a whole lot more than rubles.
They are. They're worth about not much more, but you're right. They're up there.
That could be the ticket, and keep me out of Hooters.
That could be it, and not only that. I mean, Boris has some good connections in Europe. Maybe you can get some euros too.
Oh, yeah, those they go a long way.
They're about the same as $1 now.
Yeah, America. Yeah,
and you probably don't have to report it. Do you have to report foreign? I guess you do. Yeah, you probably got to report foreign contributions. Yeah, I won't forget it. I won't say anything. But there's a whole world out there, Marjorie. There's a whole world out there just waiting for you.
Well, there's going to be so many Republicans in jail. They're going to have to build separate jails for us.
That's right.
We're going to become the Australia penal colony of America.
Do you think you'll be in one of those jail cells? Who are you going to be in there with?
Well, if these damn Democrats don't stop investigating every damn thing, no, I can't stay out.
How about Lauren Boebert? You want to be in there with her? You two can play with each other.
No, we need our own wings. I need my own space. I need my own closet, and she can be on the other wing with her crazy ass flashing husband over there on the other wing.
Okay.
It's a shame that they are closing our restaurant in Colorado.
I know, that is really a shame. I was sorry to see that. I was hoping to take a trip out there and see that and go to that restaurant, and I was going to get a couple guns to strap on to go there.
Well, you need them.
Yeah,
because they're shooting everybody.
want to fit in. Yeah.
Speaking of jails, did you see where how do you pronounce her first name? Maxwell, Gisome Maxwell.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's been, the Bureau of Prisons is sending her to a low security facility in Tallahassee. I think we have to expand this program to get somebody from Florida on with us. Because that person ought to be tracking how she does in her new home. But it sounds pretty nice. I mean, you get 3 meals a day. You get Sunday brunch. They call it brunch.
Really?
Yeah, and it's served you get to sleep in on Sunday mornings. You can get brunch until 10:30.
Sounds a lot like Hooters.
Yeah, and the food's probably better.
And Tallahassee is not far from Albany, where this Hooters shirt came from. So.
Well, there you go.
Albany, Georgia.
Check it out.
Well, at least she's in Florida, so Trump could go pay her a visit, I suppose.
He can. And he could probably be one of her roommates, except it's a women's facility. So.
Oh, all he needs a wig. So.
It's all over the news that the Justice Department has launched a criminal investigation into Trump's activities with respect to January 6th. What do you guys think about that? Think anything will come of it?
But there's no more room left in our Republican jail. I just that's completely absurd. All that's just water under the bridge. Nobody gives a shit. I don't understand.
I can't tell whether you're talking for you or for Marjorie.
I can't either, honestly.
You can switch it back and forth.
That's starting to get dangerous.
I think that was Marjorie talking, that last quote.
Well, just like my buddy Herschel Walker, I may have multiple personalities.
Yeah, tell me about Herschel. Isn't he going to debate, what's his name, the senator that he's trying to beat?
Well, it depends on which personality, is actually discussing the debate. And then later, if it actually happens, which one's going to show up.
Yeah, what's the guy running against?
That Warnock guy.
Warnock.
Yeah. So, we'll see what happens, because it's a long time. What is this, July? And they're talking about doing something in October.
Oh, okay.
Who's talking?
It's going fast though. This is almost the end of July, man. I tell you what.
Yeah.
So do you think that Warnock could eat Herschel Walker's lunch at a debate? Or do you think Herschel Walker one of his personalities will shine through and he'll carry it?
I think Warnock ought to do the humanitarian thing and not show up. I mean, yeah, I think he would. I think he would eat his. But I don't. Some of the quotes that I've seen from Walker are just amazing. They make they're not even grammatical, and
they make no sense at all. Like the one about the environment and how dirty air is. We sent our air to China, and now they send it back to us, and now we have to clean it up again or some such crap.
Yeah.
You left the part out about the Jewish space lasers too.
I know, I forgot.
Because that was part of the whole thing of the windmill. Yeah.
Yeah. So what the hell? I mean, what's he been smoking? I mean, I don't know.
Well, my good friend Herschel, he had a lot of hits in the head.
Okay, now this is Marjorie talking again, I guess.
Yeah. You have to give the guy a break.
Yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna be really good for Georgia and the perfect token for our Republican Party. Somebody said he's the perfect Manchurian candidate.
What do you guys think about the hearing when that staffer from the White House said she had to go to the kitchen with Trump's valet and clean ketchup up off the wall?
She should have stepped right out of the way. I've been right up in there, because that's what we do at Hooters. We clean that shit up.
Because Trump threw his lunch against the wall because he was so mad.
That was probably the most remarkable testimony of the whole hearings, I think, is that was her testimony, not just the ketchup part, but the rest of it as well. I thought that was amazing, just amazing.
And you know how much ketchup I've had to clean up at the Hooters, for really good guys that are there.
Is that right? Well, I'll tell you what, that little incident inspired the shirt that I'm wearing. I want to show you guys.
Right.
I want to model it for you guys. In case
And I'm modeling my shirt for you too. So
yeah, but that's not your shirt. You're not selling your shirt. I'm selling my shirt. It's this shirt, lock 'em up. It's with a ketchup stain, okay? And then over here is a Heinz ketchup bottle, right?
you've got it all wrong, Bob. It's spelled the right way. You should have misspelled it.
I should have, huh? Anyhow, actually, I stole this image off of Facebook. I didn't do it. I don't have any idea who did. Probably if I sell any, somebody will come after me and say I infringed on their copyright.
Stand in line. They come after me every day, Bob. So
this is crass commercialism. I can't believe.
Anyway, I want you guys to know that you too can have this shirt.
I can't believe we're sullying our brand with this crass commercialism.
well, I can't get any corporations to touch me. Maybe Hooters will. We'll see.
Just go to leadtoleft.net and hit the swag shop at the top of the page, and you can get this shirt. And I will tell you that I've had it up there for about 3 weeks and I haven't sold any yet. So
We're going to change that now, Bob.
yeah, I'll tell you something.
You're going to go to negative inventory.
Anyway, I don't really care. It's just fun. So, yeah. So, I mean, you're right, Arthur. That was one of the most remarkable things. But how about the testimony that he tried to grab the steering wheel of the limo and redirect the car to Capitol Hill, where he wanted to go to be with his buddies?
Well, how about that? There's that, but how about the fundraising efforts that these guys have been doing since they started trying to spread the big lie? I mean, nobody's really talking about that, and nobody's really talking about the whoever. I guess it was Trump that was doing the witness tampering thing. What happened to that?
Yeah, what happened to that? The witness tampering thing. Calling up and saying, hey, you got friends, you better make sure you blah, blah, blah.
That was Trump, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that was Trump that did that?
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to that? Nothing's going on there.
Well, we don't know what Merrick Garland's doing. He may be holding his powder because he had that interview yesterday with Lester Holt, and once again said that everyone involved, regardless of who they were, would be prosecuted. And
well, he said that before.
I know he did. He reiterated it yesterday on NBC. The Washington Post had a piece today, I think it was today, or maybe it was yesterday, that really took that thing and said that this criminal investigation was being conducted into Trump. But then I heard on MSNBC that, well, it may not be all that much news. So who knows? I mean, I'm hoping the guy gets really whacked, but
if you keep listening to MSNBC, you will get whacked.
Yeah.
And I've got a song for Trump. I don't know if you heard it.
No. I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Oh, that's a bummer. Jesus, take the wheel. That's a great song by my.
I don't want to get in copyright trouble anyway. I got a email from, a a posting. I guess it was an email. Somebody claiming to be with Facebook community standards and saying that my lean to the left Facebook page was being discontinued because I violated community standards.
What?
And
What did you do? What did you do, Bob?
I didn't do anything. It turned out it was a scam.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember the IRS scam where somebody calls you up and says, hey, you need to pay $3,000. And if you don't do it by tomorrow, and if you don't send it by Western Union, you're going to go to jail. That happened to me actually one time. I was at a conference and I got a call on my cell phone and it's claimed to be from the IRS. So I ducked out of the meeting. It was a large auditorium. I ducked out of the meeting and ran out into the hallway to take the call because I was worried. And turned out that it was nothing but a scam, wasn't real at all. And,
Bobby, give me that number. I'm going to call my buddy Putin and tell him to stop bothering you.
that'd be good. That'd be good.
Well, the aftermath of that thing you're talking about, where you had to go Western Union to pay.
Yeah.
The government got Western Union in some kind of class action suit, and Western Union is now paying anybody who went to Western Union to buy a money order to respond to that scam. Western Union has to pay them back. And as a matter of fact, you got if you were scammed, you've got till August 31st to make a claim. So the word's going out now. Hurry up and sign up, because if you don't do it by August 31st, you'll lose out.
Thanks, guys. Now nobody's going to contribute to my campaign.
Well, they can use the money that they get from the settlement to contribute to your campaign.
I have to beg for it, though. It's
good to know, Robert. You should write that up for the Lean to the Left blog and inform not you, Robert. I mean Arthur.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about doing that actually.
Do that. Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah. So I got till August 31st.
Yeah.
But back to Trump. Did we ever leave? But back to him. I've got, Marjorie notwithstanding, I got more confidence in what's going on in Georgia with that proceeding down there than I do with anything that's going to come out of the Justice Department.
That Fannie Willis downtown in Atlanta, I swear she is on everybody like white on rice around here. It is just, like I said, that there's not going to be a jail big enough for all us Republicans. They're going to have to pick and choose.
Did you see that they did a nice profile of her in the New York Times the other day? Did you see that?
No, I'm sorry, I did miss that.
No, it was good. It was good.
Well, bless her heart. I'm glad she's getting
Bless her heart.
press.
I tell you, she's a fierce presence. I'll tell you. Don't mess with her.
Don't mess with me either.
Once again, that's Marjorie. For you folks that are listening, you can't see him, but he's sitting there with this long, straggly looking blonde wig, and he's flicking his hair up in the corner by his eye.
It's hard to see through this hair, Bob. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. And he's got
right ponytail.
Got this kind of scraggly looking beard and mustache and sunglasses on. So he's a picture of beauty.
Yeah, he's.
And just for you guys, because of this, I am going to turn this. This is going to be a video podcast as well. So watch for that. It'll take me a couple of days to get it up on YouTube, but you'll be able to see Marjorie. You'll be able to see Robert, aka Marjorie.
Well, and now everybody will get to see your T-shirt too.
Yeah, you get to see my T-shirt once again. Here it is, available at leadtotheleft.net. Just click on the swag shop.
Yeah, send Bob some coins. He needs some coins.
I do.
I think would you be willing to donate a portion of the proceeds from the sale of your T-shirts to Marjorie's campaign?
Well, you
No,
know, I got a lot of legal bills right now. I got to pay
no,
those
I'm
first.
sorry,
and-
I won't do that.
Well, he's your friend. I mean, she's your friend.
I mean, Robert is, but when he puts that wig on and turns himself into Marjorie,
well, I tell you what, Marjorie's definitely gonna be in my nightmares tonight.
Hmm.
I don't know whether you want to turn this into a video cast.
And he's sitting in front of that picture of Trump too.
That too.
That's disgusting.
That too.
Oh my
That's-
God.
that's- His hair's looking good in that picture, Bob. I think it's gonna be Trump's. I mean, I think it's gonna be sort of the same shade as his jumpsuit.
Oh, he's going to stay on Bobert's side, though. I don't want him on my side of the jail.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't
Oh,
either.
Or either Matt Gates, you know, his buddy Matt.
I wouldn't either unless
Actually, speaking of, you know, Matt Gates is near Tallahassee. That may be his district over there. So,
That's right. That's right. And he's in the news again.
yeah, he's in the news. There was a story about him getting in this feud with this young woman who apparently she was a pro pro-abortion person, and I don't know if that's fair to say, but someone who is against the knocking down Roe v. Wade. Anyway, she was he said that she was, I guess he said that people who were in that camp were mostly fat and ugly. Is that what he said?
Something like that. Yeah.
And he posted a picture of her on Twitter.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to call that Matt and tell him he's to settle his ass down.
And that picture was in the Washington Post today. And the woman said he picked the wrong activist to pick a fight with. And so she's not letting him go.
Well, didn't she put out a GoFundMe campaign or something?
Yeah, and she
picked up
raised
some money.
how much? I mean, a lot of money in
Yeah, like $140,000 or something.
like 24 hours she did. Yeah.
Yeah. She turned it around on him. She turned
Yeah.
it.
That's right. And she's going to use the money to support abortion issues, people that are need abortions and stuff. Yeah, that was really something.
Yep. So he's back in the news, and DeSantis can't stay out of the news.
Yeah.
He's in there every day. He kind of scares me.
He scares a living you know what out of me.
Yeah.
He really does.
And I tell you what, Pence scares me too, because Pence thinks exactly the way Trump does, but he's smarter about it.
That's right.
He knows.
No, you know the difference? He's sincere in what he believes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trump just says what people want him to say. I mean, he doesn't believe anything, I don't think. Because he always said he was for a woman's right to choose. And then he became a Republican candidate, and look at him.
Yeah.
Look what he did. I mean,
He's the perfect Republican candidate, just like Herschel Walker, just like me.
oh. I saw a piece today in the Washington Post that really impressed me. And what they did was they took a look at a lot of the Democratic candidates right now, and what the Democratic leadership are all saying, and they are turning the Republicans' ownership of the word freedom against them, and they're saying it's the Republicans that are taking away your freedoms, your freedom to love who you want to love, your freedom to live in a safe environment, your freedom to send your kids to school and not have them be hiding under desks, and so on and so forth. And I thought that was really good. And matter of fact, I'm writing a blog about that today. And I've recommended to the local Democratic Party here that our candidates should pick that up. Joe Cunningham, who's running for governor against Henry McMaster, has picked that up and is running with it. And
that's a good strategy. I mean, and they need to do more of that, because Republicans have always been better at coming up with keywords like that.
It's about time the Democrats did this. And they need to stop playing footsie too. I'm telling you what. I'm tired of being Mr. Nice Guy. And that's one of the problems with the Democrats, is that they've always tried to be fair. And that's a good thing, to be fair, but man, I'm telling you what, in this political environment that we're in, I don't know, it's pretty tough.
We're writing a piece in our next newsletter, our infrequent newsletter, that talks about what would have happened if Trump had won in 2020. Where would we be now? And it was fun to write it, because your imagination sort of ran wild, but didn't have to run too wild to come up with a really dystopian view of what government would be like. And the scariest part was how easy it would be for him to, I mean, you look at all the scenarios out there. What would happen if Trump gets a second term? And the first thing, I'm sure the first thing he would do, because Congress couldn't stop him from doing it, is he would just go through the bureaucracy with a howitzer, and everybody would be gone. And then he'd put in people that were his acolytes, and the government would be, I mean, he'd be a dictator at that point. There wouldn't be anything he could do about it.
Arthur, would you mind sharing that with Lean to the Left? I mean, that sounds like a perfect piece for
Sure.
blog site. I'd love, why don't you publish it? If you would send it, that'd be great.
Okay, it's going out in the next couple of days.
Oh, good.
I'll send it to you. Yeah,
That sounds great. Yeah.
Then we compare that to what's happened in the last couple of years, and there's a lot more light in the room.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marjorie, the Democrats are doing better.
I don't know them.
Marjorie, you got anything more to say about what's going on in Georgia? We're going to have to start cutting this off here.
Thank God.
Well, so you got Kemp out here. He's literally another death Santas, down in Florida. He's polling well in some minorities, which is disturbing. I don't know. It's going to be down to the wire. The new polling numbers were, kind of 50-50 that came out this week here in Georgia. So, you got to get with it and get ready for all this. It's not going to be any dull moments between now and November.
Is it really 50-50, or is it just even? What's the undecided?
Well, that these polls, they just you can't trust them. So.
No. Guess not. Yeah, it's tight. I can see that.
And my buddy Herschel Walker, I mean, it just confuses him so much, because one of the personalities hears it and then the other's got to answer for it, and that poor guy.
All right. Well, I'm going to say thank you to my good buddies Arthur Hill from North Carolina and Robert Marjorie Thompson from Georgia. And Robert, I think maybe you should keep that for the next few episodes.
Okay. Well, it'd be about time for Halloween too, so.
Okay,
that's not your natural look.
Yeah. Okay. That was my wife, Jackie, you guys who are listening, because she's sitting here as the audience, and she's
That is a
like,
beautiful palm tree, I'm telling you.
it is, isn't it a lovely palm tree?
I hope we haven't offended Jackie. That's all I got to say.
It's my
I hope
back,
I have offended Jackie. So
that that palm tree is in my backyard. I want you to know that.
they have one of those at Mar-a-Lago too. I've been there.
And this, you can see the surface kind of quiet, so it's a pretty day. Oh, God. All right, guys, I thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks,
Russ is
thanks
here
Robert.
with
This is
another
great. I
episode-
enjoyed it. Let's do it again soon.
Another episode of the Dixie Dems. Hey guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this Lean to the Left video, and you'll come back on a regular basis and check out our interviews with guests on topics that I hope you find interesting, entertaining, and enlightening. Our audio interviews stream weekly on Mondays, and depending on what's going on, also on Thursdays. And many are also produced as videos like this one. In addition, we provide narrations of much of the commentary published on the Lean to the Left blog, commentary by some excellent writers with perspectives on a whole range of topics. Now you can sign up as a member at leantotheleft.net. And of course, it's all free. Also, let your friends know about this podcast and take a minute to subscribe. Just go to podcast.leantotheleft.net and you can subscribe there. You can also check out the upcoming interview schedule, and you can listen to all of our episodes too. You can also support this podcast by clicking on the Donate tab at the top of the page, where you'll find links to buy me a cup of coffee and also PayPal. Follow us on social media. Facebook at the Lean to the Left Podcast, Twitter at Lean to the Left 1, Instagram at Not Fake News. Now remember, our goal is to be informative and entertaining as we comment on the latest developments in the news. You guessed it, with just a little lean to the left. Now this is Bob Gaddy signing off for Lean to the Left. Thanks for sharing your time with us.